Today concept is collections. So far we have seen all these concepts. These are the main concepts. Almost we covered so many things, but these are the key points. So now before going to the collections, first we see why collections, what is collection, and why we need to go for the collections. Okay. So now the first thing is before going to the collection, we need to discuss again about the arrays. So what are the drawbacks with the arrays? So we have main two drawbacks in arrays. The first one is same data type, right? So in array we can store only same data type. For example, here we declared as string type. So all the values we need to store in string only. Sometimes we need to work with numbers, sometimes we need to work with date time. Then whatever the type, we should convert into the string and into store in string format only. That is the first one, right? And the second one is the limited size. Instead of limited size, it is better to say fixed size. So what is fixed size? Here I mentioned array. For example, I am going for this one. Array size is 5. Right? At runtime, you cannot change the array size. So, for example, suppose here I declare array size is here I would, when you run this, it will ask you the enter the number of students, right? 5 students. Now in the middle, I want to change that 5 to 10. You cannot change. Otherwise, I don't need 5 rows. I need only 3. Then you cannot rechange the size of array. So fixed size. Got it? So that is. And the third one is default values. So already we have seen so many times. If you not initialize any values into array, what happens? It will give you the default values. Number, 0, string, null, boolean, false. Got it? So here not exactly the default values. I mean the drawback is not the default values. What happens? Even the array size is 10. If you are initializing 1 or 2 values, the memory is allotted for 10 values, not for the 2 only. Got my point? If the array size is 10, suppose we initialized only 2 values, the rest of the 8 values will be with default values. Wastage of memory. We are using only 2, but the memory allotted for the rest of the 8 cells also. These are the 3 drawbacks we have with arrays. So these we can overcome with the help of collections. So the main difference between the arrays and collection is, so here we can give the answer for each and everything. The first one is array accepts multiple data types. Got it? What is array? What is collection? If anyone asks you, you need to say array is a type which accepts multiple data types. Got it? This is the answer for the first one. And second one is fixed size. So here no need to bother about the size. No need to bother about the size. So if you observe, when you are declaring the array, you are mentioning the size, right? But whereas coming to the collections, no need to think about the size. It depends on the values, automatically it increase and it decrease the size. Suppose we have 2 values, array size is 2. If you have the 10 values, array size is 10. Right? Or technically in arrays we are calling as length, size as length, right? Here we are calling as count. Got it? In arrays it is length, in collection it is count. So automatically no need to bother about the default values, because if you have two values, the array count is only 2. 10 values, array count is 10. There is no need to think about the default values here. Got it? So, and one more thing, these collections are available in system.collections. In the sense, if you want to work with the collections, the first step you need to import this namespace. Then we have number of collections in system.collections. Just here we are going to learn about a few things, very important one only, that is nothing but array list. But other than this, we have stack, queue, shorted list, dictionary entry. So I will show you the list here, dictionary entry and hash list. So many we have. These are the few things I remembered, but so many collections we have. But almost 99% we are going to use this one. So if you have time, it is better to go through this, but not required exactly. But try to have some idea about these collections. Now, practically we are going to say about the collections. So here I am creating a new class. Right click, then add new class. So our class class name is collection example. Okay. So as usual, just I'm creating my method here, static void my, and this is the scope of my method. Now go to the startup and change the startup to collection example. Now, as I told, the first step, what you need to do, you need to import the namespace. So here, do that one using system.collections. This. So maybe you got some idea. So what is that? Here also we have collections, system.collections. But if you observe, it is different namespace and this is different names. Both are different. Okay. So then only you can see these collections. So array list, bit array, all these are collections. Okay, stack, shorted list, queue. So these are listed, but here we have unlisted collections also. Right. So first step, what we need to do, we need to import the namespace. Then here our example is based on array list. So this is. So here you can observe. Here you can see some heart symbol, right? So these are the user-defined classes. In the sense, we created ourselves. So without heart symbol, we have the symbol that is predefined. So now array list is a class, but predefined one. Array example 2 is a class. It is also class, but it is user-defined. Got it? So now here our example is array list. Then array list name, I'm taking just list equal to new array list. Now, when first what you need to do, if you want to work with the collection, then the first step you need to create an object. This is. So what is object? What is class? Almost we are going to learn in next sessions. But as of now, just focus on this. Array list is a class which is available in system.collection. And remember, I already told you everything treated as a class in C#.NET. Arrays also class, collections also class. Each one is a class. Suppose stack is there, stack also a class. Okay. If you want to work with the stack, you need to create an object to the stack. the first step you need to do. Got it? So anyway, just I created an object to the collection. Now when we create object, we have few methods. So what are the methods we have? So it is list. In the sense object dot. Here we have add range as parallel, and here if you observe the symbol here we have some extra symbol, right? Those are known as extension methods. What is extension method? We are going to learn, but you can identify by seeing that symbol also. If it is a user defined, then we have a heart symbol, right? Now extension method, anchor symbol is there. Observe. So now, what are the most important methods? We list first, and we work one by one. So in array list, we have a add method, right? Then we have insert method. Then we have remove method. Then remove it. Then we have clear. Then we have index of. Then we have contains method. So these are the useful methods. That's why I remembered these things. Frequently we are using these methods. We have a lot of methods, but these are the methods we are using frequently. Okay. Now think about when we are talking about the method, immediately need to think about the parentheses. This. For example, here if you are writing write line, how we are writing console dot write line. Immediately you are opening and closing the parentheses, right? So if it is a read line method, same thing you are doing. Read line, open, close. So when we are talking about the method, you need to think immediately about the parentheses. This. Got it? So now here, if it is array, we are initializing the values with the help of index values. But in collections, we don't have any index values. What we are doing? We are adding the values directly. So that value, I want to store some value. That value you need to pass within the parentheses. So here you can see these are known as parameters. So here it will take only one parameter, that is nothing but object type. Everything you can see here. This is object. Getting my point? So type is object. So you need to pass one thing. Object in the sense, at the time of data types, we discussed about the object. Object can hold any type of value. So here you can pass a number, a boolean value, character, string, date, time, whatever it may be. So for example, here I'm giving 1. So our value is 1. In the sense, what we are doing, we are adding the value to the collection by using add method. So if you want to access that add method, first what we need to do, we need to create an object. Got it? So again, just I'm adding another one, list dot add. Now this time this is 3. So we have two values in collection. Okay, before going to further methods, what I want to do, I want to print this. So to print, you can go with for each. Got it? So here the type is string, string. So what is the syntax of the for each? First one is the data type, then variable name, yes, in is a keyword, then source. What is our source? List is the source. Here we want to print the collection. So now this. Now console dot write line. So it will print vertically. To stay back the screen, use here console dot read or read line. this. Got it? Now run this. You can see 1 and 3 on the screen. Okay, now this time here we have 1 and 3. Now I'm adding the 2 also. For that I'm going to add then 2. So when you add the 2, what happens? It will add it to the last to the collection. Got it? So anything, the value will be added to the last when we are using the add method. Got it? But I want to add this value in between 1 and 3. So then what we need to do, we need to use next method. That is nothing but insert. Insert method takes 2 arguments. The first one is the index value and second one is the value. So where you want to insert, you need to give the index. Then what is the value you want to insert? We need to pass. Got it? So now we see here, I'm using here insert method, remove this. Now insert. Here also you can see the first one is the index and second one is the value. So what is the index? So already you know from array onwards everything we need to identify with the help of, if you want to identify with the help of index value, the first index value is 0, right? So then 1. Now I want to insert the value at the index of 1. Got it? Now what is the value I want to insert? I want to insert 2 in the place of first index, in the sense in second value. So now here you can see 1, 2, 3. Got it? So here the first one, add method, adds the value to the collection at the end. By using the insert, you can insert the value wherever you want. So for that we have these 2 methods. Now the next one is the remove. So again after this I want to insert or add just another one, 0. Now you can see the 0 at the last of the collection. Got it? Now I want to remove the 0. So for that you can use the remove method. Remove. So remove accepts the value. So what is the value you want to remove? I want to remove 0. Now here we add the collection, we add the value to the collection. Again we are removing. So you can see only 3 values. 1, 2, 3. Got it? So here already I explained you how we can identify the number of elements with the help of count. So here I'm printing this console.writeLine count of elements or values. How we are getting with the help of collection name dot, we have a property, count property. Got it? So here you can see the count is 4, but you can see only 3 values because we removed the 4th one. So what is happening here? Automatically the count is increasing and decreasing depends on the elements. Got it? So sometimes we need to remove with the help of index value. Here we removed with the help of value, right? But I want to remove with the help of index value. How to do that one? For that we have remove at. So it accepts index value of current element. So here, if you want to remove the 3, what is the index value of 3? So the index value is 2. How? So for this, initially it is 0, then it is 1. Then what we are doing, we are inserting the value the place of index value 1. So it occupies 1 here. So then it will be 2. Now for this it is 3. So now I want to remove this one. So you need to pass here second. So now when you run, you can see only 1, 2, then 0. 1, 2, 0. Just try to understand the logic. Very simple it is. Anyway, to remove, we have remove. It takes the value. Remove at. If you know the index value, then it is useful to remove a value from the collection. Got it? Then about clear. So what clear will do? Clear in the sense here also we have the meaning. Itself we have the meaning. Just clear. Then no need to pass any values. What it will do? It will clear all the elements available in the collection. So even though here we are adding the 4 values, right? After that what I am doing, just clearing all the values. So you get the count is 0. Run this. There is no element, so you cannot see anything on screen. Got it? So this is about clear. Then next one is the index of. So index of, how we can use. So comment for this clear. Now here we have 4 values, right? I want to remove something like 0. Okay, with the help of index value. Then we can find the index value of 0 at runtime. How? With the help of index value. So here what I'm doing here, console.writeLine index value is, okay, to simplify, just I'm declaring another variable int index equal to collection name, then we have index of, so it takes variable, so here I'm passing here 0. Got it? Now that I'm printing here index. Now run this. What is the index of the 0? Is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So here you can see 3. Same logic here. The starting index value starts with 0. Last index value is count minus 1. Okay. So this is usage of index of. Then contains. So contains in the sense, sometimes we need to find the value, okay, which is available in collection. Otherwise we need to check whether the value is existing in the collection or not. To find that, the contains method is useful to us. So this contain method returns boolean type, in the sense true or false. If the value is available, then it will give you true. If the value is not available, it will give you false. For example, here just commenting all these 3 statements. Now here printing console.writeLine collection name is list dot contains. Here I'm passing the value 0. Z is capital here. Okay. It will give you false. So the first one you can see here false because it is case sensitive. Now I'm replacing with small j. Then here you can see true. So based on this condition and this method, we can identify the value is available in the list or not. Got it? So here clear method not takes any argument. Index of will take the value, and contains method also takes the value, but return type is boolean. So once again, by using the add method, we can add the value to the list. It takes only one argument, and the second one is inset. So inset will take two arguments. The first one is the index and second one is the value. Here you can see. And third one is the remove. So remove takes only one argument and it removes from the collection. Sometimes we need to remove with the help of index value. Then remove at is useful. It takes the only one argument, and that to index value of element. So next one is the clear. It clears all the elements from the list. So sometimes we need to find out the index value of some value. Then it is useful. Index of. And sometimes we need to find out the value is exist in the collection or not. In that situation, this contains method is useful to us. So it returns boolean value true or false. If the value is there, it will give you true. Value is not there, it will give you false. These are the useful methods, and we check if any other methods are there. So we have so many methods. And here we have sort method. What it will do, it will arrange in an order. Got it? So now here you can see, comment this one also. Now by default we are giving like 1, 2, 3, then 0, right? But we are applying this sorting method. So what happens, it will print in an order, alphabetical order. 1, 3, 2, then 0. In the same way, we have a method reverse method. So list.reverse. What it will do? It will print in a reverse order. Got it? So check once. It prints in reverse order. 0 first, then 2, 3, 1. Because already it is in sorting order. If you remove this, then output is different. 0, then 3, 2, 1. But before applying the reverse, we are doing the short. That's why it is looking like this. Now run this. 0, 3, 2, 1. Okay, very useful this one. So when we are working with controls like drop down, list box, data row, data set, data table, same these logic we are going to apply there. So try to have the clear idea on this. It's very useful this one. And at the same time, if you have time, try to learn about the other collections also, but not mandatory. So this is enough, more than enough. So one more thing here. Here almost we added the value string type only, right? Now this time I'm adding some number 45. What happens? So nothing wrong, but at the time of printing, it will show you error. See, because here this is the type is number. That number here we are converting into the string, right? So here there is a chance to get error. Now how to overcome this one? When you have multiple data types, so you can achieve in two ways. The first one is place this as object. Already you know object can hold any type, right? So it will print, no issue. Otherwise, in this place we have var keyword. So automatically depends on the value it takes the respective data type. Okay, here also it works. So these are the best approaches. This is the best one comparing to taking the object. Which one you want, you can. Anyway, this is all about collection. So please practice clearly. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to learn about the class and object.